He says he loves me, but he doesn't want to sign a prenuptial agreement. I never thought love would feel this complicated. What should I do? I am a university math professor with a deep passion for numbers. Beyond the classroom, I also invest in the stock market and have had some big successes. My boyfriend, on the other hand, is a manager at an auto dealer. We have been together for 3 years, 3 years of laughter, shared goals, and the quiet comfort of knowing we have each other's backs. When he proposed, I was ready to say yes, and I really wanted to. But one thing held me back from becoming his wife: the assets I had worked so hard for. I've always been practical. My parents taught me that love and security go hand in hand. And part of that security, for me, meant protecting what I had worked for. I own a nice apartment and 2 other houses in the city. I'm proud of those things. They represent years of smart decisions and hard work. My boyfriend, on the other hand, comes from a humble background. He has savings, yes, but not much. An old car and a few $1,000s in his savings. I don't mind that he isn't wealthy. I love him for who he is, his kindness, his determination, and the way he makes me feel safe. But things get complicated when it comes to his family. The few times I've met them, I noticed that they talked a lot about my assets behind my back. It seems like they care about my assets more than the fact that I'm his girlfriend. I tried to push those thoughts aside. After all, I don't marry his family, right? But as much as I wanted to believe that, I couldn't ignore my gut. So, when he asked me to marry him, I said yes, but I also asked for a prenuptial agreement. I thought it was fair. A way to make sure that love stayed love, and money stayed money. I even had a saying for it: money is clear, love is decisive. To me, it made perfect sense. But to him? It was a slap in the face. The moment I brought it up, his expression changed. His eyes, usually warm and soft, turned cold. He got up, left without a word, and didn't call me for a week. That week felt like a year. I kept replaying the moment, wondering if I had ruined everything. Finally, I reached out. I apologized for how abrupt it was, for not explaining it better. When we finally talked, I tried to make him understand. A prenup didn't mean I didn't trust him. It just meant I wanted clarity, peace of mind. I wasn't planning to hoard my money or refuse to share our lives together. I just needed to know that what I had built was protected. He listened, calmer this time, but still shook his head. I don't want to start our marriage like this, he said. So, I let it go. For a while. Then, a few weeks ago, he brought up marriage again. He said his father's health was getting worse, and he wanted his dad to see him get married. He said it was time, we'd been in love long enough. And I agreed. I wanted that too. But when I mentioned the prenup one more time, the anger returned. He called me selfish, accused me of caring more about money than our relationship. Why can't you just trust me? He asked, his voice strained. Why does it always come back to money? He gave me an ultimatum: I have to make my decision by the end of this year. Either we get married or we break up. I felt my heart break. How did we get here? I spent the next few days going in circles. I asked my friends, colleagues, anyone who would listen. Some said I was right to protect myself. Others said I was overthinking it, that love required risk. The opinions were split down the middle, and the more I listened, the more confused I became. But through all the noise, one thing stayed clear: that nagging feeling. The one that told me something was off. His refusal to sign the prenup wasn't just about pride or trust. It felt like a red flag, waving in the distance, daring me to ignore it. And the truth is, I couldn't. I love him. I want to build a life with him. But how can I walk into marriage with doubts already clawing at my mind? How can I say I do while my gut is whispering, what if? I wish I had a simple answer. I wish love was enough to smooth out the edges of this problem. But right now, it doesn't feel that way. I'm standing at a crossroads, staring down two paths. One leads to a marriage I might regret later if things go south. The other leads to heartbreak now, but maybe financial safety later. I don't know which road to take. I just know I can't ignore my instincts. Have you ever been in a situation like this? What would you do? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this kind of content and want to hear more real-life stories, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support means so much to me. Thank you.